side of the road. Said fucking A, that's that, you know. Made a Yui, not right there, but got off the exit and went around and shit and got back on the 5, baby. Right back down to San Diego. And I just kept going. I was like, what's the most cliche thing I could do here? Go to Tijuana. And I went for Tijuana. And I did a bunch of fun shit. Somewhere on YouTube, how do you say YouTube in Spanish? Somewhere on that shit, there's some shit of me, because I went a little, like, I don't know, 8 weeks, and then off to Serbia, which, a whole new chapter.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You know,
I'm so sorry. I don't buy it. Tijuana?
Screw you, Pearl!
Ross Van Looven, did you kill Kurt Cobain?
Whoa! Hey! Get the hell out of here!
guys, thanks a lot. Take all the
It's an honest.
Oh, no,
Keep the guitars, keep the mics, keep the fucking t-shirts.
Come on, man. Don't let him ruin it, Ross.
Roger Pearl Out Loud Magazine. Hashtag me, Roger Pearl. And on Twitter.
Ross, yeah! Looven!
Okay. Yeah, guys, let's make some music.
Thank you, Ross.
Check. Okay. What's up with the couch now? Okay, welcome to a fucking house party then, right? Okay, great. What? Zemo, voice of a new generation.
You did win!
Looven!
All right, where's the guitar?
Yeah! I used to have like a room. I used to have a room. I used to have a fucking band. I used to have like shit. Now one guy with a guitar. Please stop.
Yeah!
Alright. Don't mind me while I fiddle with my pedals. I am the Zemo voice of a new generation, so...
Yeah, and Sweet Magazine's
I was being so sarcastic there. So here's a song. I am still making new music.
Yeah!
That's right. Why would you do an interview before a rock show? So I am still making new music. That's what I like doing, honestly. And I wrote this song, and you know what? Now I just want to do music for me, right? So I make a song. I don't know why, but sometimes I'm just like, let me let Mindy hear the song. So I wrote a song, right, Mindy? And I sent it to you. Remember that? Yeah? Remember the heading of the email?
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever, I ran out of room. But in the body of the email, like, and I matched up the font, same size, ever, 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 ever. Share this with anybody. And then obviously you guys all heard it on Twitter, because Mindy released it. So thanks, Mindy. It's not a, okay.
They love it though!
So this is the royal couple.
Yeah!
It was written about one of the most harrowing relationships I've ever had in my life, a very dark period in my life, where I became very interested in like sort of S&M domination, but not to be involved. I'm not crazy like that. I wanted to do a whole record called S&M, and I thought I would write the songs whilst the S&M was happening.
Yeah.
Like an inspirational thing. And so I met this couple that are here tonight. I'm not going to mention their name. I'm going to say who they are. And boy, did I learn a lot. And I took it in high school, but anatomy and physiology covered like this much. All right. Very sordid, dark period in my life. But I love singing about stuff like that, right? It makes for good songs. You know, screw it. Let's talk about Kurt Cobain tonight and whatnot. And he had a really good sense of humor. So one time, I used to go back and forth, obviously, West Coast, East Coast. And man, do I miss, for all you old people out there, like, before the internet, when like fucking things were different, right? So you went to the West Coast, I mean, it was different. Now everything's fucking the same, in my opinion. So when I would go back out west, I would always try to bring sort of unique East Coast things, you know what I mean? A ho-ho, a chocodile, mayonnaise called Hellman's, best foods. It's weird. West of the Rockies, Hellman's best foods, mayonnaise. So my uncle had this sort of like wholesale baseball card shop. They would sell like Garbage Pail Kids cars and cigars. Sort of like, yeah, Garbage Pail Kids, right? I loved as a kid those Charlie Brown candies like around Valentine's Day. You know what I'm talking about? They would have like Linus on the cover or Charlie Brown on the cover. So I got a case. Of them, and I brought them back out west. And back out to Portland. Kurt was playing a little club called CJ's. And they were big, but they would still do some local clubs, you know? So I get there, and I start handing out these candies. And, you know, if you guys are familiar with these, they come in a little heart-shaped box. And Kurt was just like, he had a really good sense of humor. He would get stuck on it. He thought it was so funny, these little heart-shaped boxes. Obviously the song came out, and I'd like to assume that he wrote it, not for that, but he titled it because of that, and I assume that because he told me that. So I'm gonna play that song right now.
Yeah!
With a little caveat, because Kurt also loved metal. So when we would fool around and stuff, I would play this for him. Total metal version of Heart-Shaped Box. He sort of enjoyed it. We're gonna give it a shot.
Play it! Move it!
All right.
Go!
Thank you. All right. Are you guys ready, or am I going to fiddle with this pedal a little bit more?
Check, check, check.
Pedal!
not too shabby. So I love that song. The video, I watched the video for that again today. That Cobain would have been a fuck of a filmmaker, man. Oh, that video is sick. Just the opening shot was a fucking black cross in the hospital bed and all my KKK people. It reminded me of home. Okay, so like I said, I went down to Tijuana after the whole Kurt thing, and did a lot of different. Tijuana's a fun city, man. Like if you don't give a fuck about anything, like anything, it's a fun city. There's just a lot of shit going on in Tijuana, especially pre-internet. So that was cool, and then I was just like, you know what, I want to get further away. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really keep too much up on like the global politics and stuff, you know? So I was just looking for like the cheapest, there used to be a 976 number, and you could get the cheapest airfare. And I just picked like Europe, you know, hitting about boop, former Olympic, oh, that's not, how bad can it be? You know, it's just like, it's like an old price line way back in the day. And I got really cheap tickets to Belgrade, Serbia. I was like, okay, no problem. This sounds like a lot of fun. Serbia. You know, it's going to be really cold and everything, but and then somebody was like, not Siberia, Serbia. And I got there, and they were in the middle of a fucking war. And I did not know that. So it felt great. I'm not going to lie to you, because I was like, this is like better than Tijuana. I mean, there's no cops. Shit's getting blown up. You can do literally whatever you want. And you can kill people if you want to join the army. And I met this really, really nice Serbian girl named Jill, of all things. And we had a great time. And I knew she was sort of important because we'd get picked up and shit by like these old Mercedes limousines. And she would just say that her uncle was sort of in politics. Turned out to be Slobodan Milosevic. I did not know that. Nor did I know who he was, nor did I have an iPhone at the time, so you couldn't look it up. People used to tell you shit you didn't know, you just go, huh? It was no like, look the shit up. It was, my father, you know, he was born 1933, so he'll just assume shit because he doesn't use the internet, he doesn't know anything about it. So the old way to do it was whoever could argue better was right. So I wrote this song, Serbian Nights, that everybody knows. But since we're being so open and everything, which is cool, the reality is, it became this sort of like message song for all the Serbian. This was about me and my girlfriend. And then it got weird. I know they started playing it at The Hague when he was on trial. It became this big song, and I sort of got vilified. What else is new? Well, whatever. It's all good. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
What was longer, the Bosnian-Serbian War or the intro to the song?
Intro.